We're here in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, and I'm excited for Christopher, the plant queen, to show us what over 200 plants look like in a one-bedroom apartment in Brooklyn. Let's go.
Steven, darling, welcome to my humble abode. Want to come in?
Of course I want to come in. I gotta say, when you walk in, you feel it. First off, you have the incense burning and like, you're really hitting me on all senses. The colors just jump out in a welcoming way.
Oh, well, thank you. She's a multifaceted queen, you know?
Indeed, like yourself.
Thank you.
Where do you begin when describing your space to anybody?
I would like to describe my space very much like myself. Playful, colorful, vibrant, and lush. 2020, I had just moved into this apartment. I was on a journey of learning how to green up my space even more, bring more plants into my home. And I never really intended for it to grow into what it's grown into. It was just like a personal passion, something I wanted to share because I'm an educator, I love learning. And it grew into this amazing journey, and I'm just grateful.
How many plants do you have in here?
I have a little over 200 plants in this space.
I don't see any plants that have any bad growth.
Plant care is very ingrained into my everyday routine. Routines are really, really important, especially when you're taking care of such a large plant family. And so pruning is something I kind of do as I'm sipping my morning coffee or tea or water. I think with technology and us being really tied to our screen, being able to like just get your hands on some nature and put our technology away has been really, really healing for me. You know, the way that I care for my plants has allowed me a practice of how I can better care for myself. I would say where you live does not necessarily create an absolute truth around what plants you can bring into your space, because our homes are microclimates. If you are dedicated, you can create a little microclimate for any kind of plant. You just need to make sure that you are dedicated to the process. I tend to think of decorating my home as writing a love letter to my past, present, and future self, right? And I'm taking my time with it. You know, things take a village, and I had my amazing and dear friend, who is an interior designer, come and help me. His name is Calvin Resnick, and he
God
is...
bless.
You rang?
I told you, he's always here.
You've been here the whole time?
Yeah, I had an itch that something was out of place. So, hi, I'm Calvin Resnick, and I'm a cozy, opulent, maximalist interior designer. What I really loved about working with Christopher is they already had this New York mix of the grit of it all, and then the plants that really kind of bring it home and bring it back to nature.
He has really helped me to elevate my space and really create a space that kind of matches my personality.
Yeah.
And it's been a beautiful and wonderful process, and a wonderful co-creation situation that has allowed us to highlight both our skills. I'm a person who enjoys looking at the flow of a space. And so when I came into this space, the flow was just really intriguing to me. And there was like little quirks here and there, this little room. My childhood was very blessed. I was very fortunate to have a family who embraced and loved all of me. I have a shrine for my mother. She passed away in the fall of 2020. This is the space here. I felt like this was a very unique little quirky feature of the apartment. When my mother passed away, I had a lot of amazing friends and community come together to support me through that journey. I think my mother and my grandmother would be really, really happy with the process that I've been on, this journey, this adventure of like bringing plants into my home and bringing nature into my home. Blessed to have a lot of very important people in my life that are no longer with us physically, but always with us in spirit.
And your parents, they watered you. They kept you in the sun. They gave you all the nutrients.
They sure did.
And you went from being the plant seed queen to the plant queen.
To the Plant Queen. Yeah.
So let's see the rest of the home.
Oh, darling, let's do it. When people come to my place, they're like, wow, this is very vibrant. And I'm usually giving them like a little tour and showing them the various different plants.
Like plants that are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plants in the bathroom.
Yes.
6 plants in the bathroom.
Yes. And so this one is a very beautiful, one of my favorite plants. This is a 30-year-old Monstera deliciosa.
This is a 30-year-old plant.
30 years old.
Wow.
Mature, darling.
This plant
Quite mature.
This plant is older than over half the viewers right now. That's impressive.
Isn't she lovely?
Mind if I lay down here?
Oh, please have a
So I want to see what it's like with these plants. I appreciate you welcoming me into your jungle.
Of course. These are plants that I like to kind of just play around with the different styling and kind of just test out different ways that we can grow our plants.
Whoa, this is special. Now that we've taken a bath, can you take me to the bedroom?
Oh, darling, let's go. Oh. This is my bedroom. Colorful, vibrant, playful, a lot of vintage vibes. Having a space to rest my head that is full of lushness and greenery really just impacts my mental health. This was one of the first spaces where I was like, I have to make sure there are plants in this room.
And the design of your jungle is so unique.
Thank you.
It's so vintage and so quirky. I mean, you have shelves here.
That was like one of the first shelving arrangements that I put up in the space.
Do you mind if I grab one of these?
Oh, of course, darling. Oh, she is a published author, darling.
Who is this?
Oh, that's me, honey. I wrote the book in 4 months. It kind of just takes folks through a beautiful journey of how they too can green up their space. My muse, honestly, was my grandmother. I dedicated the book to her, and she was so selfless with her knowledge. She shared whatever she learned with anyone. So that was my intention with this book. It's a blessing to be able to do something that I enjoy and live in the ways that I want, even though I do have a full-time job on top of my social media presence, just so that folks know. I wish that upon everyone, that they can find something that brings them joy, that makes them happy, and that they're able to make a living off of doing something that they enjoy, that they love. Do what makes you happy, darling.
Thank you for inviting me into your green space.
Of course. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share my story, to take you on a lovely tour, and to share my space.
Let everyone know where can they find you?
Oh, well, darling, you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Plant Kween. That's Plant Kween, honey, for more lushness and vibrancy and opulence and viridescent vibes.
And make sure you plant the right seed by hitting the subscribe button so you can watch us grow.
Hello.
Thank you.
Of course, thank you.